protests all over the world, from Kenya to Nigeria, Nigeria to Bangladesh, Bangladesh to the UK, Nigeria to the UK. And I know, I have a gut feeling that it's going to happen in the land of Umofia. I promise you. In fact, protest is going to happen in the land of Umofia very soon. I just don't know when, but I'm pretty much sure it's going to be very soon. Now, as protests all over the world, leaders come out to talk to their people, to appeal to them to go back to their rooms. So, all these protests, various leaders came out to speak, to appeal to the conscience of the protesters. First was our very own Regina Daniels. She also spoke to the teeming Nigerian youth passionately. Listen to this.
Good day, everyone. It is day 2 of the national protest in Nigeria. Everyone is frustrated nationwide with justified reasons. And something needs to be done to ease the hearts of the people, to avoid further loss of lives and properties. Nigeria is not a one-man's land. Hence, it is not a one-man's problem. Nigeria can only be fixed by the collective effort of everyone in the government, ranging from the president, the governors, the senators, the House of Reps members, the House of Assembly members, down to local government chairmen and councillors. What happens when the federal government understands the plight of the people and the state or local government does not? Or vice versa? The job still remains undone, leaving thousands hungry, suffering, and jobless. The hike in prices of food, water, electricity, transportation, security, and communication is alarming. There is hunger in the land. Nigeria cannot be fixed by having half bad eggs and half good eggs. All the lawmakers need to be in sync with the people's plight to fix Nigeria. Only then can what is rightfully allocated to the grassroots get to them. This should be a government for the people, not against them. And our armed forces, please refrain from using excessive force on the people, as everyone has a right to air their voices and demand for transparency, accountability, and participation to avoid further loss of lives and properties by our own people. Thank you.
All right. That's our sister Regina Daniels speaking with some sort of wisdom. All right. I know Nigerians don't like uh, the girl, the lady, right? Especially Nigerian ladies don't like Regina Daniels because she has won lottery, which they dreamed so much to win. Then Jagaban himself, the king of Lagos, also came to address as the president of the state. He also came to address the people. Just watch this.
Further bloodshed, violence, and destruction. As the president of this country, I must ensure public order in line with the constitutional oath to protect the lives and property of every citizen. Our government will not stand idly by and allow a few with a clear political agenda to tear this nation apart. Under the circumstances, I hereby enjoin protesters and the organizers to suspend any further protest and create room for dialogue, which I have always acceded to at the slightest opportunity. Nigeria requires all hands on deck and it owes all, regardless of age, party, tribe, religion, or other divides, to work together, reshaping our destiny as a nation.
Yes, you could feel his emotion. I'm not saying Nigerians have no right to demonstrate. They are my brother. I'm a Yoruba, right? So I'm a Yoruba. If you don't know, I'm a Yoruba. But at least he's been able to speak to them. He spoke to his people. with some emotion, some wisdom that a leader, whoever you are, you could understand the sense in it. Just watch this message, this speech, this address from the British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. Listen to him closely and tell me what you think. Okay, watch him.
Let me now turn to the actions of a tiny, mindless minority in our society. Because in the aftermath of this attack, the community of Southport had to suffer twice. A gang of thugs got on trains and buses, went to a community that is not their own, a community grieving the most horrific tragedy, and then proceeded to throw bricks at police officers who just 24 hours earlier had been having to deal with an attack on children in their community. Their community. And make no mistake, whether it's in Southport, London, or Hartlepool, these people are showing our country exactly who they are. Mosques targeted because they're mosques. Flares thrown at the statue of Winston Churchill. A Nazi salute at the cenotaph. And so I've just held a meeting with senior police and law enforcement leaders where we've resolved to show who we are. A country that will not allow understandable fear to curdle into division and hate in our communities, and that will not permit, under any circumstances, a breakdown in law and order on our streets. Because let's be very clear about this. It's not protest. It's not legitimate. It's crime, violent disorder, an assault on the rule of law and the execution of justice. And so, on behalf of the British people, who expect their values and their security to be upheld, we will put a stop to it. I want to thank all of the police officers across the country who have already, as they do so often, stood up to intimidation and violence in the past few days and indeed throughout the summer. Crime is crime, and so to that end, I can announce today that following this meeting, we will establish a national capability across police forces to tackle violent disorder. These thugs are mobile, they move from community to community, and we must have a policing response that can do the same. Shared intelligence, wider deployment of facial recognition technology, and preventative action, criminal behaviour orders to restrict their movements before they can even board a train, in just the same way that we do with football hooligans. And let me also say to large social media companies and those who run them, violent disorder clearly whipped up online, that is also a crime. It's happening on your premises, and the law must be upheld everywhere. That is the single most important duty of government. Service rests on security, and we will take all necessary action to keep.
Okay, fine. There you have it. Listening to the three leaders. So let's say Regina Daniels as the leader. All right. Coach Regina Daniels spoke. Jagaban spoke. Keir Starmer spoke. Regina Daniels is more intelligent than the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. If people are protesting and all you could say is to attack them instead of getting to the bottom of the situation, you're not helping the cause.